Hey guys, John V here from PhoneArena. Right now I'm taking a quick first look between the recently announced LG G2 and the Samsung Galaxy S4. Both flagship devices for 2013 for both companies. They're going to be competing against one another head-on, of course. So we're going to compare these two, see what we can from this initial look. So let's get started here. Let's talk about the design on these two handsets. Kind of similar, plastic bodies, make them very lightweight. White and black too, available with both. Very glossy, of course. You tend to see a little bit more fingerprints with the glossy finish. We really can't be too particular about the designs. Of course, seeing that the Galaxy S4 just has the smaller dimensions than its rival, it's a little bit easier to hold in the hand. But don't count out the LG G2. It's still pretty compact to hold. It's not really wide, so you can still easily hold it in one hand, no problems at all. So that's pretty neat. With the plastic bodies, they give them very lightweight feel in the hand. Their constructions are okay, decent, not the sturdiest thing out there. You notice that there's a little bit more hollowness with the LG G2 though. Secondly, the displays. You get a larger 5.2-inch Full HD IPS display, 1080p resolution on the LG G2. In contrast, Samsung Galaxy S4 still has a pretty large one, but it is smaller. 5-inch Super AMOLED HD display, both 1080p resolution. You're going to have a more traditional RGB matrix pixel arrangement on the IPS LCD panel versus the pentile that you typically find with AMOLED. Now, honestly, from far distance away, you're not going to notice a difference in detail. If you look closer, though, especially if you're in the web browser, you'll definitely notice that both are pretty much on the same page with one another, too. You really can't tell a difference. And being, super bright displays, they have some nice qualities about them. Saturated colors on the Galaxy S4 versus the more neutral, natural tones on the LG G2. They both have the same wide angles, good viewing wide angles, and they have good clarity to them. They don't distort. But the Samsung Galaxy S4 has that cool feature with its display where we're able to actually use air view, hover around the display. Actually will track your finger. That's something unique to the Galaxy S4, of course, that the LG G2 doesn't offer. Well, one thing that it does offer is knock on, which basically just tap on the screen when it's off, automatically will turn on the handset for you. And conversely, if you want to shut it off, you can just double tap again anywhere on the screen anytime. Automatically turn off. Button placement's a little bit different between two. It's a more natural, usual position with the Galaxy S4 on the right edge. The power button is now placed in the back on the Galaxy S4 and on the LG G2. Camera-wise, 13 megapixels in size with the two of them. But that's where it ends. We noticed that there's a little bit more of a hump with the Samsung Galaxy S4's camera, just a little bit more, whereas with the G2, it's uniformly flat with the surrounding surface. It features 60 frames per second video recording at 1080p, which is very unique. And on top of that, it has a sapphire crystal lens on there, which has an anti-fingerprint coating, so less prone to that. And then, of course, there comes their performances. You're going to get a quad-core processor in each, but the LG G2 benefits from the newer, just announced Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor, clocking at 2.26 gigahertz, and we just noticed that there's just a fine level of finesse, much more snappy than the Samsung Galaxy S4's quad-core processor. And lastly, there's the experience. They're both running Android, of course, a lot of personalization, but unique features that separate them. Really quick with the Galaxy S4, when it comes to multitasking, they have different ways of executing them. So the Galaxy S4, you're going to have the multi-windows. So basically, you could have two applications running simultaneously. So for example, I have the gallery there, and I could have also the memo at the bottom, so you can do two things at once. LG has a different approach. So let's say if I want to get to the gallery, you have what they call their slide-on feature, which basically, if we slide with 3 fingers, we could save up to 3 different applications at the same time. So I'm going to save this one here, and let's say I want to use the browser too. I'm just going to save that. So in order for me to actually switch between those applications, I just swipe 3 hands one way, and you see those windows all appear. So a little bit different implementation with both. So that's a quick look between the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the LG G2, guys. If you want to learn more about it, check out our website, PhoneArena.com. Sean V. Thanks for watching.